Good day, everyone. Okay, let's go over the charts here and my thoughts. And I'm in a short now, which I was waiting for us to take the liquidity above these highs. I'm going to explain that, explain what I'm looking at. I do want to just go over some of the price action leading up here quickly, and maybe just go give you an idea of what we do over in the members Discord. Tons of people always ask me, yeah, just kind of this local analysis, how I was trading it and how I'm trading it here. But first, you can see we pushed up through this high. We back tested it as support. We rallied off of it. Then we pushed up through this high. We back tested it as support, and we had a minor rally off of it. And so I'm going to dive into this price action, and what kind of relevant levels we're kind of creating here. So if we hop over to kind of my Discord updates last night, and I just want to show you that this is all predictable to some degree. Okay, so first off, lots of updates here. I just updated when we were back testing that key horizontal, right? Because that's what we did when we claimed the other high, possible back tested high. So my goal with these updates is to give relevant updates, right? So we have some absorption, some bullish divergences forming as price moved up because we bounced off that high. And then I said, even though we have a bounce from the back test, I would probably only take a scalp long off a swing failure of the local low. So as price moved up, we can quickly look at that on the chart. I'll just point out where we were. So we had this bounce, price moved up. I said, I'm looking for a swing failure of this low, which means we take the low and then we rally off of it for a scalp long. And just know that this is all relevant to all of this price action. So I said I was looking for that liquidity grab. And now, as price, I shared some higher time frame analysis here. So I said, come on, baby, give me the swing failure before I need to go to sleep. And so price kind of front ran it a little bit, rallied, but just waiting for the swing failure. We then got the swing failure. I was pointing out not a technical bullish divergence here, but signs of absorption. And if this channel is in play, we could still reject and test the low. Oh wait, where is this? Oh yeah, up here I said I'd like to get a retest of the channel, but I still took a long because this is the trade setup I was waiting for, right? But pointing out this channel, then I go to sleep, and what happens while I'm sleeping is we get this rally off the swing failure, so that's where I took my long. Oops. And typically I'd have woken up here. I just discovered why my alerts aren't going off. I thought I was sleeping through them. So I asked someone to make me a shot caller that wakes me up when my alerts go off. I just thought I was exhausted and must be sleeping through my alerts, but I found out they weren't actually going off. But anyways, so we swing failure this. This is where I took that long entry. Then we came up and we swing failure these highs right into the New York Open. We dumped back into this channel. So if I had been awake here, I don't I don't know if I would have shorted this, honestly. I think I would have been, like, I'm just being honest. If I was awake and saw this, I might not have shorted it. But I probably almost certainly would have longed this descending channel idea because I don't think many people were looking at it. So as price pushed up, I said, looking for a swing failure, not overly eager to short here. So what I mean is I'm looking for price to push up above this high, right? I said I am interested in a swing failure of the local high, but order flow isn't particularly bearish, and we could see a push higher. So I was showing some higher levels. So as price did push up, I see all these $71 million in a 5-minute candle, all this decrease in open interest, all these shorts getting stopped out, and a rejection. And so as I see that, I just say I took a short. I took a short on the rejection, but let me show an example of an alternative and a trade with more confirmation. So I was just showing you could wait for a rejection and then a retest of the level. We're going to get back to the live chart anyways, so I'll go over that. So I took the short based on all these shorts getting stopped out. Ideally, you're kind of looking for the potential of big traders filling longs using early shorts as liquidity. So that's what I was waiting for. I took that short here, and we get this rejection. And what I pointed out is that, yes, you can get a retest and try to short that, but you don't always get one, right? So you're kind of trading a little bit more confirmation for the possibility of missing a nice entry just based on order flow. As soon as I saw that $71 million of volume and all those shorts getting stopped out in that rejection, I just took an aggressive short. Um, I still have my longs running from the lows, but this was a short I was very interested in if we got a rejection, and we did. And if we didn't, I was going to wait for higher, which, this level could still come. We could range here and push back up. But for now, I'm happy to be in the short. I'm looking to take profits on it back on a retest of this key horizontal, but ultimately I'd like to carry this as a nice hedge against my long positions in case we do break down. My preference, actually, I'm going to go to the 4 hour, 1 hour. My preference is to at really analyze in depth local price action when we come up to key levels. So obviously we have this high that we're swing failuring. We have some key levels above us, but we're getting this rejection. Again, very happy to be in the short. And if we start breaking down these levels, well, obviously we have another support zone here, and we have some ultimately important levels down at this POC, right? This is around 29,300, and it's not just important here. So this low comes in at the golden pocket, but then if we take a fib from this pivot low, we also have at the bottom of the golden pocket the point of control. So, if we start breaking down, I have this nice short running, hedging out my longs, and maybe we get a bounce off some of these horizontal levels. This is also a value area high of this level right around 3,200. But this could set up a pretty bearish rejection, and then we just keep forming this range. So I'm going to be really patient with longs. I have nice longs from the lows. I now have a nice short. It's about to be in locked in profit. And I can just kind of wait to see what happens at some of these key levels. Do we start holding them as support? Do we have lots of bullish signs in order flow, lots of shorts opening, getting absorbed? Or do we start breaking down these levels? If we start breaking them down, we'll just keep carrying my short back into the lows of the range, point of control. Now, we could ultimately just come all the way down and retest the absolute lows of the range. So what I like to do is I'm not getting overly bullish here, although we could keep breaking out. I'm getting more bullish down here, right? This is where I want my long positions. I've gone through that position before. And then here I'm recognizing a short squeeze is very likely. I did that update. We're pushing up, and I'm waiting for now, looking for these nice short entries on a low time frame, but at high time frame resistance, hoping to carry those lower while keeping some of my longs open. Yes, I've taken profits, but I'd still like to carry it higher if we don't show any weakness here. But in case we do start breaking down, I now have a short right from the highs at resistance. So that's how I like to trade. I think ultimately, it's not really too worthwhile to speculate here too heavily on are we going to come back to the lows of the range, are we going to break out? As price action develops, it's going to kind of start giving us some answers to that question. We're going to see if we start breaking down support. If we hold it, we could range here for a while, we could whip through this high and then reject. But, just looking to analyze price locally to kind of get more information on what's happening. And then we can draw lots of squiggles everywhere and have no idea what we're talking about. But anyways, I do want to point out my goal when I shouldn't have done that. Now I have to delete all these. Uh, my goal when I'm sharing analysis, whether that's publicly or in the members group, wherever I'm sharing it, is to be sharing relevant analysis, right? So I made a members video saying my ideal short would be to a swing failure of this high. I even, I guess I already went through this, but as price was pushing up, yeah, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting, and I'm even if we get this minor rejection, I'm still waiting. I'm not interested in shorting yet. And then when we get something I like, I just say I'm shorting. I'm taking an aggressive short. There's a nice quote here. It says, "In trading, you need to be defensive and aggressive at the same time. If you're not aggressive, you are not going to make money, and if you are not defensive, you're not going to keep money." So I said that's very true in my experience. You'll find often that I'm very passive and patient at times. And then all of a sudden I'll be taking a really aggressive position because I try to wait for those nice opportunities. And when I see one, I have to jump on it, because that's how I make money trading. So, anyways, for me, this is just a nice win. I obviously have this long carrying up, even up here, so I'm going to be patient for shorts. As we made this high, so I'm not jumping to shorts early. I'm looking for a move up to take the highs, retest the highs, or a lot of weakness. And I got a swing failure long here. This was a scalp. I said it was a scalp trade. This ascending channel idea. Got to take profit on it. Missed this long, unfortunately, but I shared relevant TA for this long back here, if anyone in the group was interested in it. But yeah, ultimately, my goal is to teach this style of analysis so people can start looking for these setups and understand them. And I share my charts and my ideas and my trades because I want people to see this stuff live in action. I don't want it all to be hindsight. I don't want to come back and say, you know, 5 hours later, yeah, we got a swing failure here. There's all these shorts got stopped out. That was a good trade. Well, if it was a good trade, then why didn't you post anything? I don't want that. I don't want it to be like that. I want to say, hey, this looks intimidating. This looks scary. These are the reasons why I'm taking a short here. And as time goes on and people see these types of ideas repeat, these types of back tests of claimed levels repeat, that's why I point them out. They'll start to understand price action better. Is this a trend line too? It is. It's kind of nice. Um, anyways, so that's my goal. If you're interested in learning more about this stuff, come check out the group. The links are in the description.